What makes your brand stand out? Is it your logo, your color scheme, your status as a company? All those are key factors, but what most people overlook can mean the difference between your business getting quick glances versus actually being seen, and that is typography. I'm going to show you how to use typography for your marketing, how it makes a difference for Fortune 500 companies, and what fonts specifically make the most sense to use for your business. I'm Ivan from Visme, helping you design better for your business. Let's dive in. In order to start using the best fonts possible for your business, you need to know the different types of fonts available to you. Fonts come in a few key categories. The first are serif fonts. Just like the Coca-Cola logo, these have little feet at the end of the letters. These are traditional fonts and look great for businesses that want to look established and authoritative. Think of them as the power suits of typography. Then we have sans serif fonts. These are clean and modern. No feet, just sleek lines. Perfect for tech companies or anyone who wants to look, let's say, forward-thinking. And then script fonts. These are the fancy cursive ones that look like they belong on wedding invitations or a bakery sign. Use these sparingly, like truffle oil on your food. They're great in small amounts, but can be kind of overwhelming if overused. And then you have display fonts. These are the bold, decorative fonts that scream for your attention. Great for headlines, but definitely not for small print. Nobody wants to read a paragraph in a font that looks like it came out of a comic book. Knowing your font categories is just like knowing which utensils to use at a fancy dinner. You wouldn't eat soup with a steak knife, and you shouldn't use a script font for a legal contract, unless you're trying to confuse your lawyer, of course. Typography, it's like your brand's outfit. It says a lot about who you are before you even say a word. Imagine if Coca-Cola wrote its logo in plain Arial. Would it feel the same? Absolutely not. The fanciful serif font drives home the feeling of nostalgia and reinforces that classic look. Typography communicates your brand's personality, and just like a bad outfit, the wrong font can send the wrong message. Here's an example. Let's say you're launching a financial consulting firm. You want to look professional and trustworthy, right? But if your website is covered in playful, bubbly fonts, people might think you're running a lemonade stand and not managing portfolios. They might get the wrong message. And that is the power of typography. It's subtle, but it can make or break your first impression. In marketing, the fonts you choose are like the tone of your voice. You can either make people lean in and pay attention, or leave them wondering, what on earth are you trying to say? Font pairing is about making your message clear, readable, and most importantly, aligned with your brand. So let's talk about the golden rules of font pairing. Let's start with contrast, for example. Pair fonts that are different, but they complement each other. Like a bold sans serif font for headlines and a simple serif for the body text. It's like peanut butter and jelly. They shouldn't compete, but they should work together beautifully. Now you also have complementary fonts. These should have something in common. Think of them as, co-workers. They don't have to look the same, but they should at least share the same vibe. Now you also have hierarchy. Use different fonts to guide the reader. Headlines should grab attention, and body text should be easy to read. And in terms of brand consistency, your font should reflect your brand's personality. A financial firm, again, shouldn't use fonts that look like they belong on a comic strip, unless their niche is fun finance, which, let's face it, it's pretty rare. And readability, even the coolest font is useless if people can't even read it. Imagine sending an important email in the Wingdings font. Sure, it's creative, but nobody's going to understand it. Following these principles will save you from font disasters. Trust me, it's the last thing you want is your audience distracted by your font choice instead of your actual message. So you want to use certain fonts for businesses. Imagine you're a tech startup. You want to look innovative, but approachable. Pair a sleek sans serif font like Roboto for headlines with open sans for body text. This combo says we're modern, but we're not robots. Ironically, you're using the Roboto font. But for a nonprofit, you want to build trust and warmth. Pair a serif font like Laura for body text with a sans serif font like Montserrat for headlines. It feels professional yet friendly, perfect for inspiring donations. Now let's say you're a luxury brand. Use Playfair Display for headlines and Helvetica Light for body text. It's like wearing a tailored suit. It screams sophistication. But just to know how critical those right pairings can affect your business, it's important to understand the mistakes you need to avoid. So here are some font pairing faux pas to steer clear of. Your fonts being too similar. Fonts that are almost identical can make your design look like a mistake. Now, if there's font overload, which is something like using 5 different fonts in one design, it's like too many toppings on a single pizza. it just gets messy and you don't really enjoy it. And you don't want to ignore readability. Yes, a decorative font might look cool, but if people have to squint to read it, it's a fail. Remember, less is more. Simplicity, people. Font pairing should enhance your message, not make people feel like they're trying to solve a puzzle. Great typography can boost engagement, make your content easier to understand, and strengthen your brand identity as a whole. Think of it as the silent salesperson in your marketing toolkit. It works even when you're not looking. Not really sure where to start? Well, Visme makes font pairing easy with pre-designed templates and paired suggestions. It's like having a design expert sitting right next to you. You can try Visme and create high-quality presentations, infographics, and marketing assets today with the link down below. And if you'd like to learn more about creating effective designs to improve your business, check out this video right here. I'm Ivan from Visme, helping you design better for your business.